You are now watching SSH, the best place to learn about competitive Pokemon TCG. Let's get it! Yo, what's poppin' YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, SSH here. We have the grand finals between Solkten playing Turbo Zacian going against Goomy playing Dragapult VMAX. Who's going to become the late night series number 12 champion? You're gonna find out. If you already looked at the Limitless website, that's peeking, and this is really just fun to watch the gameplay. After commentating these games in the live chat, you can check out my streams every single Monday. I do it on the Atlas TCG channel, starting with the top 16 cut usually, so stay tuned, check that out on Twitter. I was able to live cast this event, and it was a very surprising turn of events in game 1, 2, and 3, so you're in for a treat. That being said, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. You can check out both lists in the description, and if you want to play in my events, that's also in the description as well. Let's jump into the gameplay. Here we are, the late night series, game number 1. We're going to be watching Solkten play against Goomy. Solkten has been crushing it all night with their Turbo Zacian deck, and Goomy playing my personal favorite, Dragapult VMAX. So this is going to be really the battle between the decks that I really like, and the deck that I kind of rag on my weekly my weekly meta deck video. So far so good. If you're Solkten, you're pretty happy. You got a couple energies on the first turn, and you are ready to pretty much Brave Blade next turn. There's even an opportunity to maybe go Brave Blade and Boss's Orders in the same turn to knock out a Dragapult. Now, Goomy with that clutch Crushing Hammer. Crushing Hammer is one of the few ways that we have to kind of jump into a game or jump back into a game, but no energy and no Sobble in play. Yeah, feel free, ring toss to count as many count hammers that go 1 for 1. Coin flips can definitely change a lot about the Pokemon TCG game. I know a lot of players love them, a lot of players hate them. I think I'm undecided as long as it doesn't become ridiculous in the game. I think Crushing Hammers are kind of a necessity in a slower metagame, and they can be skillful when used with normal statistics. So looking at the list, we'll start off with Solkten's list. They're playing a pretty typical Zacian V Zamazenta V deck, not playing any of the Mew from Celebrations, so players are kind of undecided if that's the better way to be playing this deck or not. Oranguru, so placing those energies on top of the deck, using Intrepid Sword, accelerating energies really quickly, and hitting hard for Brave Blade. On the other side, we have Goomy playing Dragapult VMAX. Dragapult VMAX with an Inteleon Shady Dealings engine, and using Crushing Hammers and Fan of Waves to really take away things. Fan of Waves is going to be not the greatest card in this matchup, because there's no special energies in Solkten's list. It is what it is. Now, when it comes down to it, is Goomy going to be able to accelerate energies? Is there a Raihan? Oh, it's just going to be a Shred. So it looks like Goomy's off to a little bit of a poor start. We might be even able to see a switch. Oh, wow. Switch into an Air Balloon top deck. That's absolutely wild. This is just a hand that you might want to sit on, honestly. There's a Rotom Phone. Like, I really, maybe just putting the Crystal Cave down and playing Research. So you have access to switch, healing off 30 of that damage. Honestly, this is typically a favorable matchup for Dragapult, but it is one of those matchups where Solkten looks like they're off to a great start overall. So, switch on top of the deck, so they're able to use Brave Blade the following turn. Zamazenta V is great at blocking Dragapult from using Max Phantom. Honestly, I'd say if Goomy doesn't top deck anything, this game looks like it's going to go to a very quick game 2. It becomes very difficult. So, just so anyone's watching, I am live streaming this right now on the Atlas Twitch channel. I'm also going to be putting this up on the SSH YouTube channel. Usually I put it up like the day or two after the event. So, there's ways to get through the Zamazenta V's Dauntless Shield ability. Path to the Peak is one of them, and that means Max Phantom can totally attack. Damage counters do go through Dauntless Shield, because Dauntless Shield is only damage. You can also attack with Dragapult V or Inteleon. So there's plenty of ways for the Dragapult deck to kind of get through this. And really, Goomy is like hoping, did my opponent miss the switch? With the switch going on top of the deck, it's really just going to hurt Goomy. I think this is just a game where Goomy's quickly just going to kind of get put through the motions. And I think like maybe going Primate Wisdom here, or maybe we're just going to see like a full, like just trying to get set up again. I'm not sure if I would play Marnie on your opponent with 2-card hands. Maybe there won't be a Marnie. We'll see exactly how this plays out. Okay, Marnie's just going to go on top of the deck, totally retreat into the Zacian V, and that's going to be a knockout. So Solkten's going to be down to 2 prize cards left, and Goomy doesn't really have too much left over. Now, Goomy could come back into this game with a Raihan and hitting all the right pieces. I think that would be a strong way to jump back into this game, but it seems completely unlikely with a 2-card hand that I'd have to have 2 of the correct pieces, and one of them is a Raihan. So with it being a boss's orders, that's going to be a simple pass, and that does give Solkten the game. So Goomy's already ready with the first please. We will be moving into game 2 right now. Again, Goomy's going to be going first. So Zacian getting all set up here. Goomy's going to be able to go first, really showing you what Dragapult could do as long as they are able to get set up. Reading through the comments on Twitch, Ringtoss is asking, why don't people play Berserker? It just doesn't necessarily hit for the numbers. Since there's no tag team Pokemon available in the format, and it's only VMAX, stuff like that, really, the numbers don't add up. You can't hit 320 damage very easily, so that's why they're not playing Rusted Sword and things like that. Now, Goomy has a much better setup, having a Dragapult, an Energy, even a Sobble. So this could be a completely different game, and holy energies. Solkten really showing you how many energies this deck plays. Of course you're not going to hit Intrepid Sword. You have 5 billion energies in your hands, right? Can we get some F's in the chat, whether it's on YouTube in the comments? That's a lot of energies, and Goomy's trying to add another one to the discard pile there. We'll have to see how this all plays out, right? That was a tough one to deal with. That was tough for me. Let's see how Goomy plays this out. Maybe they have the energy. Maybe they're going to use Drizzile for a Professor's Research. Maybe they're going to go for a Crushing Hammer. It all depends on what Goomy has available in their hands. Okay, so Fog Crystal is definitely going to get them the energy. Maybe they just have it all. And yeah, Zacian can totally take a game off just from getting set up. Yeah, Marnie's going to put all those energies at the bottom of the deck too. That means it might be hard for Solkten to just attach an energy normally, which might be a little bit difficult to deal with. And yeah, that's definitely not a hand that you want to be seeing. Crushing Hammer again, so going kind of 1-1 this game. 1 heads, 1 tails, hitting 130. That's a huge turn. Looking at Goomy's deck list as well, they do not play Tool Jammer, so that extra damage might necessarily not work out for them. It might come down to a thing with no Crystal Cave in play, or at least likely not a Crystal Cave in play this game. 130 plus an additional damage from Zigzagoon could really add up here. So we'll see how everything plays out. But I think Goomy's in a much better position, way different than last game. Zacian was just going absolutely at the neck, and this game it's a little bit different, a little bit different. 2 out of 3 for thank you. So Ring Toss is kind of keeping throughout the entire game. What's the current thing? So 2 out of 3 heads, pretty good odds if you ask me. So let's see how Goomy finishes this off. So there's a knockout there. Probably some damage counter is going to go on to the Zamazenta V. You want to focus on the Pokemon that have 2 prize cards in this matchup if you have the choice to. So, I mean, Solkten has a chance to kind of jump back to this game, maybe with some Metal Saucers, but looks like they didn't hit Metal Saucer. Guru Primate Wisdom with the Rotom Phone could allow them to get it, maybe. Or actually, you want to know what they can't? They need 2 copies. They already attached for their turn, so I am incorrect there. So yeah, I mean, it looks like it's a perfect time. Why not using Intrepid Sword, draw some extra cards? I really have no complaints at all with that. I think it just seems, drawing cards seems very good. Yeah, coin flip, 3 out of 4. It's kind of crazy. So maybe it's possible. I haven't necessarily been keeping up with the hammer flips. All I know is that Goomy's in a demand is in a kind of the lead in this game, looking really good overall there. So no complaints, just extra damage, hitting both of those Pokemons. Path to the Peak is in play. Currently does not look very good unless, of course, Solkten can grab something off of this Primate Wisdom. And going 1 for 1 is kind of crazy. Tool Scrapper is not going to get out of that. So just kind of maybe going into a Guru, that might be a little bit better. Not entirely sure. We will see exactly how it all how everything goes here. I mean, again, it's just really looking good for Goomy overall. Getting everything set up, and we're gonna be close to a game 3. I mean, I don't know how long the time's been going on for. It's been like 9 minutes. It looks like we're gonna be going to game 3 sooner than later. Of course, Goomy's going to be hitting into those damage counters on the Zamazenta, really trying to place all the damage counters in the right spots. So putting the 5 damage counters there seems very good, really leading that Pokemon close to a max Phantom knockout. And we'll have to see where this Primate Wisdom really goes. Looks like we're going to be going to game 3. I think it's better to see Primate Wisdom first, but it looks like Solkten says that they're going to be GG going first. Again, this really shows like Zacian can be very turbo and explosive. Dragapult is really the deck that kind of gets the stranglehold on the game whenever possible. So here we are jumping into game 3. We're gonna have Solkten going first, and I mean with a Zacian, an Energy, and a Quick Ball, it looks like they're in a pretty great spot this game. I really don't have any complaints there. Although Goomy is starting with that Dragapult V. Might not necessarily be the Pokemon you want to start if your opponent gets an Energy, but Goomy's been hitting those crushing hammers pretty hard. So let's see how this plays out. You don't want to grab Guru, because if you put Guru, you could actually rip an Energy off the top of your deck and ruin your chances. So using Primate Wisdom here first is actually a gigantic mistake, because you're going to draw into the card that you put on top of your deck anyways. And if you grab an Energy, you're just trying to remove your chances. So I'm not necessarily a fan of that play. Solkten might not have necessarily thought that one out all the way. Maybe there's something that I could have been missing. But overall, it comes down to these events being pretty late. It's currently 3 o'clock in the morning here, peeps. So we'll have to see how that plays out. Now, the quick Marnie might be a little bit... it might spell doom if there's no Pokemon for Goomy to play down. There's a Fog Crystal. That could grab a Pokemon. Will Goomy also have an Energy that they could play down? Oh, wow. So kind of jumping right back into the driver's seats, kind of getting everything that they need. At the same time, we're going to have to see if Solkten's able to grab an Energy. Currently, no Energies there at all. Wow. I think grabbing an Air Balloon seems pretty good to me. Putting that on top of the deck, I could see that currently being very good. So Primate Wisdom, I don't think it's worthwhile to do it until afterwards, because you're just really drawing into less cards overall, and they miss the energy. If the top card of their deck is an energy, it will have been a mistake. So a little bit of a sequencing error on Solkten's side might be costing them some energies. I don't think it's worthwhile to retreat. I think you just go Intrepid Sword on the one with energies. So no energies there, no harm, no foul, but it could really be tough. So let's see, maybe it's going to be a Dragapult VMAX kind of day. Okay, it's just going to be a Marnie kind of day. Maybe Marnie can turn into a Dragapult VMAX. Things can really kind of snowball really quickly when you're playing Dragapults. And... oh, wow, they're actually going for the Jet Assault. I think it would have been better to retreat, actually, into another Dragapult V. But maybe you have Raihan in hand. Maybe you have access to something else. I mean, I guess with Boss's Orders being top deck, really nothing can be going wrong that way. But we are just going to see a quick 2 prize cards being drawn here, and 20 damage being done to that Zacian V. So really aggressive start from both players. Both players have already drawn prize cards this game. You can see like this matchup gets kind of wild. It gets absolutely wild. So we're gonna maybe see a Raihan come out here. I believe that was a Raihan. I couldn't see when they were looking through. There's the Raihan. Will they be able to grab the other pieces necessary? Currently, Solkten doesn't really have too much going on. They have like kind of a good hand, but they don't necessarily have everything going on. So with the energy there, it looks like there should at least be the Dragapult VMAX, or at least some kind of out to it, something going on. If there's also a Path to the Peak, that would be the best thing for Goomy here. That would kind of be the gigantic combo. But obviously you can't get everything. Just being able to come back a little bit this game, really changing things up. There's Crystal Cave, healing 60 damage, 30 off each. And you can't really get the extra, like you could retreat and maybe try to hold off things with Crystal Cave a little bit more. I personally probably hold on, I maybe play one Metal Saucer and just go Intrepid on the front. If there's something that I was going to be doing, I think that would totally be the play. Don't know if that helps too much out either, but Goomy's not getting attacked into this game. And there's an energy, certainly not bad at all here. So it depends on how Goomy's going to be able to kind of finish these things off. Some extra damage counters there. Fog Crystal. At least the Fog Crystal means this Dragapult V can retreat from the active to the bench. And a Research. Wow, so Goomy really has a lot of things going on in this current hand. Crushing Hammer. Goomy now I think going... might be 3 for 3. Or maybe 3... Is it... I don't know. I'm not the 3 for 5. Okay. Yeah, you wonder what this seems like a pretty good idea. Going 60 damage, not retreating, getting those extra energies when necessary. Because really, Solkten's going to have to go through double Dragapult VMAX at this point in order to see full success. Counting all 3 flips in 3 games. Got it. So, I mean, as long as there's not like a ridiculous amount of Boss's Orders, this game can get really bad really quickly for Solkten. It could also get really bad for Goomy. So depending on how things go, it might just be better for Goomy to retreat this Dragapult VMAX this turn and send up the fresh one, really forcing those extra prize cards when necessary. Again, I don't think Goomy plays Tool Scrapper. No Tool Scrapper here. Really using that for extra counts. So I would have maybe liked to see that a little bit, but we'll see. Dragapult's a sneaky deck. And we'll see if the Crushing Hammer works. Boom, there's another one. So that's 4 for 6, getting a 66% heads ratio. Pretty great over there. And yeah. Thank you, Ring Toss. I appreciate it. So there's the shady dealings. What's going to come out of the deck? Is it going to be another way to get an energy? Is it going to be a way to get out of the active spots? Goomy does play a Switch in their deck. Oh, Evolution Incense. That could be maybe a quick shooting Inteleon to get some extra damage on board. That could also be... We'll have to see exactly what's going on in Goomy's hand. I think this Dragapult V in the active probably does not want to be in the active too much more. Is this going to be an escape rope play? Or actually, there's no escape rope. Oh, it's a boss's orders play. So retreat, a knockout, and maybe place those extra damage counters on the Zacian on the bench to really set up for that max phantom knockouts. So Goomy's trying to plan for the late game. 40 damage there. It's tough to place the damage counters correctly, especially if your opponent plays Crystal Cave. But I mean, I guess you gotta cross that path once you get there. And speaking about Crystal Cave, that's a top deck and a half. That might allow the Zacian to survive a little bit more, because currently there's no horror psychic energies on this Dragapult at all. The biggest thing is the lack of what's it called? Metal Saucers being on that Zamazenta. It doesn't necessarily look like it might be able to attack throughout the entire game. Goomy is certainly going to be looking for one of their 3 Path to the Peaks to get set up here. So that would be super awesome to see how that plays out. If they're able to get any of those Metal Saucers versus Path to the Peaks. You're always looking for something when you're playing Pokemon. Oh wow, just an Intrepid Sword play. I don't know if I like that. Makes things a little bit awkward, especially if Goomy is able to just go Marnie maybe. We'll have to see how that plays out. So there's the Inteleon that's going to search through things. That might just be a Marnie. Maybe it might be a boss. There could be boss Path. Path Crushing Hammer. Yikes. Do a lot of damage. There's Energy 2 just gone. Are we going to see a Marnie here? Boom. Wow. Goomy really seems to have it all. And we might just see the end of the game. I mean, this game is going on a little bit longer than the other games. But it looks like it's getting pretty close to the end of it. And just really hitting hard with those quick shootings. Get the damage off on the Zamazenta while you can. And doing the full 130 plus 50 to do the 180. 200 damage overall that turn. At this point, you might as well just play down another Zamazenta V. I don't think there's any reason not to. Build up an energy on that bench Pokemon. Maybe Cape is better in the active spot. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, you got to place the damage counters, or the metal energy on the bench, and we'll have to see how this plays out. There's a switch, there's a Metal Saucer. That was a big turn, actually, for Solkten. They kind of got everything that they were looking for. It wasn't like the craziest turn that I've ever seen, but it's getting pretty close there. Metal Saucer's definitely got to go to the Zamazenta there with the 1 energy already. And, I mean, I think you just got to go switch into your Zacian V and really see how this plays out. Oh, okay. I think Goomy's already down 2 paths. So 1 more path, and I mean, I think that this... Yeah, only 2 paths. So if they just find their other path, I think they're in a great spot. 140. Do they have the other path? That's going to be the big question. There's another energy. Will Goomy find it? Do they know that there's a Crystal Cave in play? I'm assuming they do. But we just gotta think this through and see exactly what might be available there. So that's not gonna work out. Looks like Goomy completely forgot. So their whole turn was just Goomy's like, I threw, yikes. That's probably not what you want to see in the grand finals. I mean, I think that Solkten's made some plays where they've gave Goomy a few extra turns, so it's really not too bad. But having the Crystal Cave kind of the way it is, that's kind of a yikes. Okay. So, yeah, if there's a boss available, that could have been that could have been game, but there's no boss. I mean, it's still relatively close. Comes down to finding a boss's orders or not. So let's see that assault tackle. That energy is going to be gone, but we are going to get 20 damage on that Zamazenta. Probably doesn't matter too much. Is there going to be a boss out of their prize cards? So no boss out of their prize cards yet. And they do have access to Guru, so there is some ways for them maybe to get some things. They have 2 out of their 4 bosses there. Let's see if Goomy's able to get anything here. So there's Drizzile. They did have access to that path. Wow, that would have been huge. As long as the path isn't prized, they would have had access to it. Yeah, Marnie here, definitely not the wave, because that could just be getting your opponent the boss's orders, and it looks pretty good for Solkten to be getting the boss's orders. There's the boss. I think, unless of course, yeah, there's no way to bring up that Zamazenta, so I think Solkten's going to become the late night series number 12 champion from Goomy for getting that path to the peak. And I mean, you gotta kick yourself over a play like that. It's tough to go to sleep after a play like that, but it happens to the best of us, and I've definitely had some mistakes that have kept me up late at night. So there's I don't think there's any point of playing that. There's definitely the boss play. Maybe Solkten's just trying to get everything out there. There's the boss on the Sobble, and Solkten is going to be your late night series number 12 champion. Congratulations to both players. Wow, what an exciting finals, right? Sometimes games can be thrown or players can make mistakes. When it comes to things, that path to the peak was certainly an opportunity that was missed, but that's how Pokemon goes. Not every single player has their mindset in the same place where everyone's at. So, I mean, both players played great. The event, by the time it finished, was about 3 o'clock in the morning. So I do want to let people know that these events do run late, and that can put a stress on players playing and playing properly. Even myself casting properly. I've been running this event for a solid bit of time, so hopefully everyone enjoyed watching this, and there's more opportunities to play in late night series events. They're free to enter. You can check in the description below. If you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Discord or Twitter. That being said, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. We are so close to 7,000 subs. Let's get there. Let's get there. I'm gonna go edit this video, so I'll catch up with all y'all later. Peace out and have a great day. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It means the world to me. And my goal with this channel is to spread my love of the game and knowledge with our entire Pokemon TCG community. If you haven't already, help signal boost this video to other Pokemon TCG fans by liking it, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Hopefully we reach our goals really soon. Check out this recommended video, and have yourself a great day. Thanks.